Hello guys, DJ Aaron here. Today we are going to do a revised video of the uh, setting up of the, should I say, audio hardware and all that stuff. And keep in mind, every computer is different. And what I mean by every computer is different, you're going to have different audio hardware, you're going to have different video hardware. It's going to be completely different. It's all going to be completely different. So let's go to OBS and we will do the video. Alright, so here's how we're doing this video. Every computer is different with the audio settings. Right down here is I have a Realtek audio management. This is also the ASUS equivalent of the sound hardware. Now it can be a different equivalent of what you have technically. So with that being said, you have to go in and change things by default again, because if you're on a desktop, before when I made this video, it was on a Toshiba laptop with a actual mic in, and you were able to switch back and forth between the different sources. This is different. This has back audio jacks. You have the front speaker out, which is green, and then you have the blue, which is line in. To set these things up, you have to go into your audio settings, especially recording devices. If these things are not checked by default, like right now I have the microphone for the webcam. So if you do not have things mapped out, then you probably don't have it set up properly. Now you can make the line in actually default, and it is the one that is default on this. But basically what you want to do is you want to go into properties and you want to listen to device. So if I right now take the microphone and I turn it up, test, test, test. So ideally you want to be able to listen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this with properties. Okay, so we're going to go from the line in, or we're going to go from the microphone to the actual line in on OBS. So we click OK, and now we're on the line in, hopefully. There we go. We are on the line in. So I had to make sure that I was on the line in. So we're just going to go ahead and switch this back to the webcam microphone, which enables the webcam mic. So you have to make sure that everything is set properly. Make sure everything is perfect, and you can also set this as a default device if you really wanted to. Okay, we're on 2-channel stereo, so that in itself is okay. So if you want to set as default, you could go ahead and set it as default. Now right now, since I'm using OBS, the default shouldn't matter because I don't have that going through OBS at this point in time. But if you want to set it out as default, you can set it as default. This is pretty different for a desktop computer. Now, one thing you're gonna want if you're going to live stream is a software called OBS. which is what I'm using right now to screen capture. So we do have the ability to record, which is what I'm doing right here, right now. We also have the ability to stream. So the streaming site that I use and pretty much prefer, and you see my ugly mug from that video because I wanted to make a revised video of this. So we're going to close out Twitter and stuff like that. So the site that I use is all HTML5. It is called stream.me. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you set everything to your line in. So which is what I'm going to do right now. Properties. So I'm basically going to act like if I was streaming, which I might actually give you guys a demonstration on what it's like to stream.
So now we are in the line in portion of the OBS, because you could switch and toggle between two of these things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simulate a broadcast. Okay, so we're actually going to go live for this. So I got to find the right slide. No, that's not the right slide. That's not the right slide. I want to find... See, it's pretty hard to find the right one. So I want to like switch these around. I want to switch 5 down at the bottom. So, anyways, we are faded to black. So, once you are ready, I'm not going to go over stream keys or nothing like that. But once you are ready, you hit broadcast or you hit stream. So what this will do is, hang on, I'm going to go back to, not that one. I'm going to go back to screen share. And what you're going to see is, since I started streaming, you're going to see this pop up. And pretty much it's going to start. Now, depending on your internet, you can see that I have just took a dump right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to okay, OBS is recording still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my settings and I'm going to change this. I'm going to change the actual output to, let's go lower, which will be 200. Okay, so we should be on the AMD hardware thing, so that shouldn't affect it. So we're going to start stream. As you can probably see now, it is in the green. So, plus I'm recording a video and doing this at the same time. So it's probably not that great on this. So, I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to refresh. Okay, so I can hear myself. So right now I'm on standard definition, and it is very grainy, but it is holding. I'm not getting a flash cue. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to number 2, which is my webcam. Now you could actually see that I have the chat right there as well. So everything is pretty good. So we're going to go back to screen share, and you're going to see this. And yes, it is grainy because I have it at the lowest. I have it at the lowest streaming bit rate because I'm recording a video and doing this at the same time. So as you can see that I am streaming. and all that. So once you have made your stream, as long as this does not like turn red, you should be all right. Now, if I go up to a higher video bitrate, I will show you what happens. Okay? So, I will go into output. Let's do 650. Okay, so we did that. Yes. And I will show you exactly what will happen if I am shooting a video and doing this at the same time. It hasn't turned red yet. So let's go to just standard video right now. I will let you guys know when it turns red, and if it even turns red. But we're pretty stable right now. We're pretty clear. So once you have made your fine-tune stuff, it is very easy and very simple to do so. So I'm going to stop this stream, and it seems like it cleared up. So since we stopped the stream, I will show you it is completely stopped. And it's not, you know, like, and it's not like, whatchamacallit. It is stopped, by the way. It's just showing it is, okay, there we go. It was just showing a black, it was just showing a blank player there for a second. So what we could do now is we could go back to the
microphone. Okay, there we go. So what I really did there was making sure that things were fine and fine-tune adjusted. So your video bitrate will be up here in settings. So this will determine, the video bitrate will determine how good your connection is. If you can do 1,000 bit rate or 2,000 bit rates, you must be on a pretty good connection. If you can pull off a 650 bit rate, which, you know, on a good day, I could pull off a 650 bit rate. Now, I have it set and adjusted to hardware AMD. You could set it to software 264, but I'd rather go hardware AMD, because at this rate, it will balance things out, and it will keep things from overdoing it with the dropped frames. So that is why I have that set. You have encoder advanced, enable encoder advanced, I can barely talk. Enable advanced encoder settings and enforce streaming service bitrate limits. So this will pretty much help with that as well. So, you know, you got to have all that as well. So, you know, you got your streaming site covered, you got everything else covered. What else? Your streaming info, I will not show that because I don't want people trying to use my channel. But, you know, for people who do live streams, you know, it's kind of pretty much the same across the board. But anyways, I'm going to go back to the webcam now, and I will pretty much yeah, say the final thoughts and stuff. Alright, so yeah, you could basically stream on a site like Stream.me. You could stream on any streaming site. I would recommend people to use OBS over Flash Encoder or XSplit, because you have more flexibility, you have more routing, etc. And you could do a lot of different things. So, you know, with that being said, you know, you could basically do a whole lot. So, there isn't any reason that people shouldn't use OBS. So anyways, that is my video, my updated video. Anyways, peace out, guys. Practice and enjoy. And we'll see you guys in the next one.